Another question we get is, how much of my marketing budget should I allocate for internet marketing?
There is no direct, perfect answer. I can only report averages. I can give you an example practice.
Yeah.
An example practice doing $800 a year. 5% of that should be their budget. That's about a $40,000 budget. About 5% of that should go to internal. 5% of that's about $2,000. I'd put 12-15% into the internet, and I put the rest of it into a direct targeted audience, whatever that is, however you define that. Those are the three staples of every dentist that you know who has a successful marketing platform, whether they knew it or not, when they were doing it, they eventually had a good internal promotion, a good external directed, targeted promotion, and a good internet promotion.
Yeah.
All because you can't get where you want to go without all three of them.
Right.
Okay.
And some dentists will make the mistake of thinking that they can have 100% of their marketing budget allocated to the internet. And we don't know anybody who's been successful doing that.
We don't know anybody that gets 100% of their external patients from the internet. Yeah. And here's why. Here's how you think about it. This explanation usually helps folks. The internet, as wonderful as it is, and we have a world-class internet department, so and we see the numbers and we see the calls come in, so we know the internet generates a good ROI. So we're not poo-pooing the internet here, okay? I'm just going to help you define it, to look at it different. The internet is a passive marketing medium. And what do I mean by passive? By passive, I mean the person who comes to your website at that very moment in time needed or wanted something. Your website basically sits there, lifeless, until a local consumer wants or needs the services you provide and types into a little box the services you provide, and then goes to another screen which lists you and 32 of your competitors, and your website's still sitting there, not doing anything. It's passively sitting there, right? And we're hoping that the consumer clicks the link that links to your website so that your website can be active and start dancing in front of that consumer and hopefully getting that consumer to choose your practice.
Right.
That's passive. It's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. It's not reaching out to anyone. It's not educating anyone. It's just sitting there. Okay? That's passive. But passive is okay. There's nothing wrong with passive. It's not bad. Right?
Right.
So you still allocate marketing dollars to it every year because those marketing dollars pay off. But you don't allocate 100% of your marketing dollars to only a passive medium, because you're going to allocate 100% of all your marketing dollars to something that just sits there. Okay? That makes no sense, right? So you take other marketing dollars and you put those dollars into something that is the opposite of passive, which is aggressive. Passive-aggressive personalities probably sounds negative. In a marketing sense, it's euphoria.
Yeah.
Okay? Because now you have something that just sits there that's wonderful, explaining the benefits of your dental practice, just waiting for traffic to come hit it. Websites are huge. They're endless. They have endless amounts of text and pictures and videos and things you can put on there and reviews. And there's all kinds of stuff you can put on a website, and they're just wonderful. But not enough people visit them. Now you have the aggressive. The aggressive is, I'm going to promote to you whether you like it or not. I'm going to put an ad in the newspaper. I'm going to send you a mailer. I'm going to do a radio. You're going to listen to the ball game. You're going to listen to the Seahawks game. And I'm going to do an ad for whatever, sleep apnea, beer commercial, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are not passive.
No.
Those are in your face, direct, aggressive. Okay? Now, Here's what everybody really kind of fails to realize. And here's why dentists, well, there's two reasons why dentists overallocate their money into the internet. One, there's a lot of companies out there selling internet services, so they're being told by multiple people to put all their money into what they sell. Let's face it, okay? That happens. Another reason is because the dentists have tried other things in the past, and they didn't work out as well.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's another reason.
They've been aggressive and got burned.
Or maybe they just didn't measure it well.
Yeah.
Okay? It might have worked, or they just didn't do it right. Okay. Well, if you do these right, if you do aggressive right, if you do passive right, here's what's going to happen. And I'm going to challenge everybody watching this video to really think about this. I want you to think about the first time you ever heard of the website yahoo.com. And I want you to think where you were. Were you on the internet searching for Yahoo? Or were you sitting home at TV watching maybe the Super Bowl and heard a commercial that said Yahoo?
I still remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember those commercials? Okay. Here's my point. Everyone watching this video learned web domains from offline media. None of you learned Yahoo because you typed into a search engine looking for a search engine, okay? None of you learned it that way. None of you learned Amazon existed by searching for the world's largest online retailer.
Or Nike.
Or Overstock.com.
Yeah.
If Overstock.com never advertised on any offline promotion media, no one on earth would ever know that Overstock.com exists.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with dentistry, but here's the cool thing about dentistry. Here's your advantage. With things like Amazon and Overstock.com, those companies are vying for a global audience or a countrywide audience, right? Mm-hmm. Dentists aren't. Mm-hmm. Dentists are they're looking for that, 5-7 mile circle around their dental practice.
Right, and if they're in a rural area, it
might be 30 miles if you're in a rural area, right?
But it's smaller than.
But you don't have to pay to get your message out to the entire U.S. to learn about your little dental practice in Indiana. Right. Okay? All you really worried about are the people immediately surrounding you. Okay? So your cost to promote and cost to drive those people to your passive website, which is just sitting there. Okay? Your cost to get them here is low, much lower than most businesses. And here's the beauty of it. If you do external right, and it's targeted right, and it's designed right, you send only the people you want here to your passive website. Then they become patients, and then you're happy. Without both, you don't get what you want. You're not going to get what you want just by doing aggressive. You're not going to get what you want just by doing passive. You have to be passive aggressive with your marketing.